Hello and welcome back to another adventure, and in particular welcome to the magnificent Glencoe. I'm here with my good friend Grant, also known as Robbo, and today we are going to climb one of the most iconic mountains in Scotland, Stob Dearg. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning now. We've driven 3.5 hours to get here. The weather is absolutely incredible for hiking, so let's get this adventure started. Let's go back the way we came. So our route for the day would take us along the front of Stob Dearg to the base of this gorge. Then there's a steep climb up to the saddle, followed by a nice traverse along the ridgeline to the summit. We've just reached the start of this gorge now, so we'll be coming right up this steep section behind us, and then once we reach the saddle we'll then start to traverse along the ridge to the summit. You might have guessed that today's mission isn't actually a photography mission. This is just a get out of the house and explore and have an adventure mission. Conditions are not very good for photography, but they are pretty good for hiking. The wind has definitely picked up the higher we've got, so it could be pumping by the time we get up to the summit, but with skies like this in Scotland, you just can't really complain too much. So we're going to continue up here to where the snow is way in the background, and then walk along that ridge. Magic. How's that? Well, we've just stopped for a quick water break here, and I've put on my hat because my ears were getting pretty sore from the wind. I just want to share a couple of quick facts about the mountain we're actually climbing here. So Stob Dearg in Gaelic actually translates to the Red Peak, and it is 1,021 metres high, which is roughly 3,350 feet above sea level. Grant, what height have we climbed so far?
Total ascent so far is 454 metres.
So we've climbed 454 metres from the car park, so we've still got quite a bit to go. So we should start moving. Come on, boy. We've just negotiated this horrendous section of scree, which was not too much fun, and now we've been left with a choice. We can either go this way up to our left, go through the snow, or we can cut right and come through the rocks. We're not entirely sure which route we're going to take yet. Well, we have now come up through the gorge and we have reached the saddle area. Behind me is another Munro, which we might even climb today, called, forgive my pronunciation, Stob Dearg or something like that. Anyway, it's all part of this Buccal Etive Moor ridgeline. For now we are going to continue up this way to the summit of Stob Dearg. How many metres did you say we've climbed so far?
630.
So we've climbed 630 metres, so not too far to go until the summit. Let's continue. Where are you going? This was the steep snowy section that we had just climbed up through, and it actually turned out to be the most treacherous and technical part of the whole day's hiking. Okay, we're approaching a blind summit here, and we're not sure if it's the real summit or a false summit. And it is, I think it's a little bit of a false summit, but the summit is right here. We're almost at the top. Wow, these views are incredible. Just one small stretch to go. That sounded like a speech from landing on the moon. Just one small stretch to go for mankind. And here it is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the summit of Stob Dearg, and it is absolutely breathtaking. Sorry if there's a bit of wind noise on the mic. I think it might be okay, but it is pretty windy here. I'm trying my best to get some drone shots, but it's pretty risky. While we're up here, I'll point out another little detail to you. I was saying to you that this ridgeline we've come along is called Buchau Etiv Moor, and what that means is the great herdsman of Etiv. So this valley way down below us here, if I can just see where we are here. So this valley way down below us is the Etiv Valley, and Buchau Etiv Moor, which is this ridgeline, means the great herdsman of Etiv. So that's another little interesting Scottish fact, which I've pretty much just researched last night before we came here. What you got there, Grant?
Just a little whiskey.
Just a little whiskey?
Cheers.
A wee dram. Well, we've spent quite a bit of time here at the summit just taking in the incredible, breathtaking scenery, and now we're going to start making our way back down towards the saddle. We're undecided if we're going to go along the ridge and do the other Munro. We'll see how we feel when we get down there and see how we're doing for time. But before we go back down, I'll just point out again that this peak way in the distance behind me, that is Ben Nevis, which is the highest point here in the UK. Still quite a bit of snow on top of there. But these views are just absolutely breathtaking. What a day to be in the hills. And on that note, we decided to head all the way back to the car to start the long drive home. If you've enjoyed this video, then please drop down and give it a like and a comment, and please also consider subscribing to the channel and clicking that notification bell. I'll be back very soon with my next video, but thank you very much for joining me on this adventure, and I shall see you very soon on the next one.